Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com, and it is Saturday, April 1st, 2023, here with today's best NRFIs. We all know betting baseball can be a long-term thing, as some of these games can go on for a long time. Of course, the pitch clock certainly has sped things up significantly in baseball, but the one bet in baseball that we know is a quick action bet, that is the NRFI. No runs in the first inning, and what we're doing this year is we're covering all the best NRFIs every single day right here in this video series. I just go to the betting tools and use those to find out what the best NRFIs are. Of course, you got to remember that if you don't have these bets with your sportsbook that you're using, you can head on over to Pickdawgz.com, click on the Sportsbook tab. Just click on there, select your state from the drop-down menu, and we have all the books and all the best offers out there. Remember, in betting any sports, getting the best odds available is your biggest advantage that you have over the books, is that you can shop lines. So you should always shop lines, whether it be full games, NRFIs, and be sure to use our pages over at Pickdawgz to get the latest, greatest bonuses from all of these sports books. Anyways, let's take a look at yesterday's NRFI action. It was a bad day for the show. We only had 2 picks on there, but neither of them came in for us. We had the Guardians yesterday. This one did not happen for us. There was a run right out of the gate in the first inning, and our other pick was the White Sox and the Astros, and once again, there was a run in the top half of the first inning by the White Sox. 0-2. We still have a winning record, 5-4 on the season on our NRFIs, and we've got 7 of them for today's action. Like I said, if you don't have these bets at your sportsbook, or if you're not shopping lines, head on over to Pickdawgz.com, click on the Sportsbook tab. I also put a link in the description for these sports books. So just click on the link in the description, just as easy to get there. But anyways, let's get over to the NRFIs for today. Number 1, we're going to take the Giants yes runs in the first inning. We hit this one on opening day. It was Aaron Judge hitting a first inning bomb. The yes runs first inning, also called over 1/2 of a run in the first inning. And for the Giants, it's hit 10 games in a row dating back to last season. Like I said, it hit opening day, giving up that home run to Aaron Judge. We'll take the yes runs, or over half a run, in the Giants-Yankees. That'll be NRFI number 1 for today's show. For number 2, we head to Wrigley Field in Chicago, where the Brewers are taking on the Cubs. The no runs in the first inning for the Brewers has hit 9 times in a row. The wind has been blowing in at Wrigley, and we saw no runs in the first, I believe, 4 innings of the game on Thursday between these two teams. The wind expected to continue to be blowing in at Wrigley. No runs in the first inning. The Brewers 9 times in a row in the favorite role. NRFI number 2, we're going to take the Milwaukee Brewers. For number 3, we're going to go with the NRFI in the Angels versus A's game. This one was NRFI in the first meeting of these two. We gave it out on the show. We've got Sandoval, and we also have the Japanese import for the A's going today. So a pitcher that not too many of the guys have seen. Also, Ring Central Coliseum. It's been called a number of things over the years, and some of those names not too favorable by the A's team and their fans. But right now, it's called Ring Central Coliseum, and the Angels on the road at Oakland have NRFI'd 6 times in a row, including Thursday night. We're going to take the NRFI in the Angels A's. It's going to be our 3rd pick on today's show. Of course, we give out free pick videos every single day, and on all the games, we do NRFIs. We have Ron's Rundown. We have Jay's Jam Session in the NBA. We have plus NBA individual picks, but our best bets are always our premium picks over at our website under the Premium Picks tab. So just head on over to Pickdawgz.com, click on the Premium Picks tab. But if premium picks aren't your thing, we've got tons of free picks just like this video every single day. But let's get back to the picks. We're going to head to St. Louis, where the Cardinals are taking on the Blue Jays. You know, This was one on opening day, one of the higher scoring games out there. Yes runs in the first inning against the American League. So this is once again over half a run for the first inning. It's hit 5 times in a row for the Cardinals when playing American League teams. Kevin Gausman on the mound here for the Blue Jays and Flaherty on the mound for the Cardinals. These are 2 hit and miss pitchers, so all it takes is for one of them to miss early to get this yes runs in the first inning, the over half a run. I tell you what, I like this one. I'm with the betting tools here. I'm gonna take the yes runs first inning as our next pick. After this, we head to Washington, where the Nationals are taking on the Braves. This one is interesting. You know, it was a pretty tight game between these two teams, where the Braves blew it open in the ninth inning. In the first meeting of these two. The NRFI on the road for the Braves has hit 5 times in a row. Now we look at this pitching matchup today, and it's Spencer Strider, the mustache, going for the Braves. On the other side of this one, Josiah Gray going for the Nationals. You know, they traded Trey Turner and Max Scherzer to the Dodgers a few years ago. Josiah Gray was the key player that they got back for the Dodgers in that trade. We haven't seen him really reach that type of potential, and you know, whether he ever will, I don't know, but we've seen flashes of it, and where we've seen it the most is in day games. Josiah Gray has been dominant in day games. This one, a 4:05 Eastern time start. So it is a day game for Josiah Gray, and we know the mustache, he's been strong as well. No runs in the first inning. The NRFI, just minus 120 odds in Washington today. We're going to go with the NRFI in the Braves-Nationals game. Our next pick, we're going to go to Miami, where the Marlins are taking on the Mets. This one was a NRFI last night. It was a NRFI in the first meeting of these two teams. And today, with Cabrera on the mound up against McGill, we've got the Marlins, no runs first inning, 4 in a row at Marlins Park. Just minus 125 odds on this one. It's our 6th NRFI of today's show. I like this one. I like Cabrera. McGill, certainly, you know, one of those guys that, at least in the early innings, he's shown that he has really good stuff. Neither of these teams really swinging the bat effectively. We saw, the Marlins just come up with basically nothing in the first game. Then they kind of, in the later innings, scored a few runs. Same thing with the Mets. It was all late inning action. And then last night, 2-1, the Mets didn't even get on the board until the 9th inning. And it was just 2 solo shots by the Marlins, who left a million runners on base in that one. I like the NRFI in this one as well, the Marlins and the Mets. And our final pick for today's show, the 7th pick, we're going to take the NRFI in the Phillies versus Rangers matchup. The Phillies, NRFI is favorites against the American League, has hit 4 times in a row. Pretty good matchup in this one as well. And, only minus 125 odds once again at Globe Life, which has generally been a pitcher's park since it's been in existence, which is only a few years at this point. You know, the Phillies generally last season and started the season really slow. We know they ended up in the World Series, but that was all back end loaded. The Rangers spotted them 5 runs in the first game between these two, and it still wasn't good enough for the Phillies. But in this one, we're looking for no runs in the first inning, and that'll be our 7th pick of today's show. So let's recap everything we've gone over here really quickly. First and foremost, if you don't have these NRFI bets at your sports book, or if you're looking for better odds or to shop lines, which is what I do, and that's how you make money betting sports, because that is the only advantage you have over the books, is being the ability to shop lines and get better numbers. I know it only looks like a couple pennies or 5 cents or $5 or $1 or $2, but I'll tell you what, over the course of a 162 game Major League Baseball season, you guys know, 15, you take that, you times it by, the 30 teams, then you have it, because they have to play against each other, but it's thousands and thousands of games. So those dollars and $2, oh boy, they add up, and you guys know how hard it is just to win to begin. So always give yourself the best odds. Shop books. I've got a link in the description to do that. I've also got, over at Pickdawgz, you just click on the Sportsbook tab. But anyways, let's recap today's NRFIs. First one, we took the yes runs in the first inning in the Giants-Yankees game, or the over half a run. We took the no runs first inning, the NRFI, in the Brewers at Cubs game at Wrigley Field. We took the no runs first inning, the Angels at the A's, that one today as well. We've got the yes runs first inning in the Cardinals versus the Blue Jays matchup. We've got the no runs first inning in the Braves-Nationals game. We got no runs first inning in the Marlins versus Mets game. And no runs first inning in the Phillies at Rangers game. That's today's NRFIs for you. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow. We've got a full Major League Baseball card once again. I'm sure we'll be loaded up with some NRFIs to put the odds in your favor. And once again, our best bets always over at Pickdawgz.com under the Premium Picks tab. We've got tons of content for you here on our YouTube channel, tons of content for you on our websites, Pickdawgz.com and SportsChatPlace.com. Check it all out. And if you guys have some NRFIs that I missed, put those in the comments. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have an awesome day. Let's bust up the books together.